Holy big shoe. Ginger Runner. What's up, everybody? Ethan Newberry here for another GingerRunner.com review. Isn't it adorable? Today we are reviewing the Salomon Fellraiser. Huh? How about that? Now that's a creative name. Fellraiser. Alright, this is a beast of a trail shoe. It's a trail runner, it's a hiker. This thing can get through anything. It's a tank of a shoe. And I like it. I think it has some issues. If you're out there running in conditions that are not Southern California, so if you have weather, then I think you'll really enjoy this shoe. If you get rain, if you're running through mud, if you're on trails with rocky surfaces that keep going up into the deep forests, or if you just live in hell, then this is the shoe for you. Really powerful, durable upper, really crazy outsole with huge lugs. This thing is just a beast, and there's a number of things I like about it. There's a couple of things I dislike about it. Let's just get on with the review. Things that I like about the Salomon Fellraiser. The outsole. Now the outsole on this is one of the craziest outsoles I've ever seen. Now Salomon goes above and beyond when it comes to outsoles. They do some crazy stuff with the lug systems. The Speedcross 3 was one of the most intense outsoles that I've run in on different surfaces, but this has it beat by a mile, or a couple of millimeters. These lugs are like giant talons sticking into the soft mud and dirt of the earth. Very descriptive. If you're doing any sort of mud runs or anything that deals with just muck, these shoes are great because those things just grip in there and allow you to climb and descend pretty damn grippily. Flexible. For a big ass shoe, this shoe has quite a bit of flex in it, and you can feel it when you're running, especially if you're a mid-foot, forefoot striker and you're going on those flats or the groomed trails. You can actually feel that flex, and it's really comfortable. It's nice. Low drop. 6mm drop this shoe has. And for a shoe of this size with as much going on as it does in the upper and the outsole, 6mm is about my limit, and you can't really tell that it's 6mm drop. It's nice. It has a nice low drop for as big as the shoe is. Toe box. Now the toe box is pretty wide in comparison to other Salomon shoes. The Sense Mantra, the S-Lab Ultra, all those shoes have a fairly narrow toe box. This one is wide, so it allows for a bit of toe splay, which is great. Light. For the size of this shoe, for the amount of outsole that this shoe has, it's 10 ounces. 10 ounces for this shoe. I can't believe it. It's light, it's super nimble. Whee! I am dropping huge chunks of dirt everywhere. It is raising fell. I love the price. It's $100. Now for a Salomon product, I don't know if they priced this at $100 because it's an entry-level product, but I don't think it's entry-level at all. I think it's expertly crafted and expertly designed for those who are running through shit. And for $100, you're getting a screaming deal on a shoe that can really deal with it. And it's tough. This thing is durable. Your upper isn't a super breathable fabric, but man, it's super durable. You're not gonna get rocks cramming into your toes. You have a nice toe box. Hard overlays all around the shoe. The outsole is also very rugged. It's just a beast. Now, all the likes aside, there's a couple of dislikes. It's not a super precise fit. Now, I think that's why the shoe is on the lower price spectrum. I don't think that the fit is super precise. You want it to be tight in places, loose in places. This shoe kind of has a sloppy fit. My foot can sometimes slip a little bit laterally in the shoe while running. You can begin to feel it in the forefoot especially. It doesn't really lock down quite as tight as you want it to. I like my uppers to flex and bend with my forefoot and heel and just kind of feel like it's a second foot. This upper can fight against the natural movement just a bit, and I notice it. It's a bit sloppy. Cumbersome. The shoe is big. It's pretty clunky, and you feel it. If you're just hiking, you just feel like you're hiking in a pretty big shoe. If you're trying to run on light trail or you're trying to be fast, you'll feel it with this shoe. It just feels like you have a big shoe on, and you do. And that also dovetails into my other dislike. It is weather and terrain specific. Now in Southern California, we don't get a ton of rain. We do every once in a while, but man, these lugs don't necessarily come in handy on those hard-packed single-track trails. If you're running in the Pacific Northwest, which is, where I'm from, the lugs come in handy almost immediately. So it really depends on what sort of conditions you're running in, what sort of weather you're expecting, or the trails that you regularly run on. That will determine whether or not this shoe will work for you. Or maybe you live in the UK and you run through the fells. Is that how you guys say it? You run through fells? Maybe you can run through fell and back and get the Fellraiser. No rock plate. The shoe doesn't have a specific rock plate in there. It's using the outsole as a primary rock plate, but man, if you step on a really sharp rock, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your forefoot or wherever it lands. Ouch. And finally, a big ass tongue. The tongue on this shoe is enormous. When you have the shoe on and around your foot, you can see this thing from a mile away. I don't know if that was on purpose, like a big bright flag, look at my feet. But holy crap, this thing comes up almost to my kneecap. Too big. So that's it for the Salomon Fellraiser. I like the shoe. I think it's especially good in those rough conditions, mud, rain, snow, weather. But other than that, I think it's fairly limited to those sort of scenarios. Regardless, let's get on with the points. I'll tell you more. Quality, 4 out of 5. I almost gave it a 3, but I'll round up to 4 out of 5. I haven't had any holes pop, have any seams pop. The shoe has held up really well in tough conditions, so I give it 4 out of 5. Comfort, 3 out of 5. I've tried running on some of the single track down here with this shoe, and it's just uncomfortable because you begin to feel each individual lug, and that's the problem with a shoe like this on terrain that's not what it's intended for. But when you start running on soft trails, it starts to kick in. Price, 4 out of 5. I'm giving it a great score because it's a great price. About $100, that's pretty good. It's just a big shoe. So you're getting a lot of shoe for a low price, but is it worth it? And finally, looks. I round up to 4 out of 5. I don't think it's the most attractive shoe. I think it's too big. I think the tongue is ugly, but it's still a 4 out of 5. It's like borderline 3 or 4, so I rounded up. That brings our total to 15 out of 20, a great score for the Salomon Fellraiser. It's just a beast of a shoe. That's the only way I can put it. It's a giant tank you wear on your feet. If that's what you're looking for, nailed it. So be sure you like and favorite this video. Share it with your friends. You have friends out there that are running in really bad conditions, recommend this video for them. Maybe they'll have a pair of shoes before you know it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/thegingerrunner, for reviews and videos every single week, sometimes more than one. And I'm on all the social networks, Twitter @thegingerrunner, and of course Facebook, facebook.com/thegingerrunner. Over on Instagram @EthanNewberry. And finally, gingerrunner.com, where I post reviews and blogs and race reports all the freaking time. Go check it out. I hope you guys are getting outside and training hard, racing harder, and partying the hardest. Train, race, beer. We'll see you guys next time.